This is a Miami Sports Music Podcast Network production. This is the #1 Miami fan morning show. Clock Blockers, let's go.
I know the whole city riding. A little early, it's a bit surprising. Business moves, now we enterprising. Switch it up, now we improvise.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Good morning. I haven't seen y'all in a few days. I am excited to be here and hang out with y'all. It's Clock Blockers, the #1 Miami fan morning show right here on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. I am your host, Stephen Daniels. You can follow me on all social media at Stephen DSKPL. Spread kindness, positivity, and love. You can also follow Miami Sports Music everywhere at Miami Sports Music and online at MIA Sports Music. Tough morning. And I'm going to tell you why in a few. Yeah. So I normally do the rundown at this point. Don't feel like doing much of the rundown. So, one of the things that I love about doing this show is the people I get to meet and the relationships I get to cultivate and have. And, was super stoked for the today. And this morning I got a message about somebody who's close to this family, Miami Sports Music, to this show, Clock Blockers, who passed away over the weekend. And it was very shocking. And a lot of things, a lot of moving parts to it as well. I've gotten to meet a lot of great people through the people that have helped this show grow over the years. And one of those people and great people is Tailgreeter. Tailgreeter's been absolutely amazing. And through them, I got to meet this new company that came on board this year called Less is More Events, Lime Tickets. And Lime Tickets had this really great guy. His name was Kenny. And he was a funny guy, man. I enjoyed it. You guys heard him a couple of times on the show. Gave away a couple pairs of tickets. Him and his company are helping us do everything. Him and his wife own the company, Less is More Events, Shawnee and Kenny. And they own the company Less is More Events, who has just, came on in the last couple of months. And Lime Tickets, Less is More Events. And I got the, news this weekend that Kenny had passed away. And man, it hit home real quick. Was all ready to do the show today. And yeah, man, Kenny was there's not too much to say, man. Kenny was such a fun guy, such a breath of fresh air. Was excited to start working with him this year and growing and cultivating that relationship. And his wife, Shawnee, who's absolutely amazing, does a lot of the business side of the relationship. And, we still plan on doing stuff with Lime and hopefully that relationship can still grow or be a part of this. And I don't know what the future holds with Lime and us, but what I do know is that doesn't matter right now is, about Kenny. And, he was a husband, he was a father, he was a son, he was an entrepreneur, he was a friend. And, I'm really sad that I didn't get a chance to meet him in person to cultivate this relationship even more. I went to the NBA Finals and NHL Finals this year because of that guy and Tailgreeter. And it's been a rough morning. I'm in the process, right? And I know you guys came here to talk football, and we're going to get into that. I just having a little personal time here with you guys, and I appreciate you guys letting me talk and get through this. I'm in the process of moving. In fact, I move in like 9 days to Mississippi. And then let me tell you, I've been so stressed out because of the move. So stressed out. And I deal with anxiety and severe depression, and been taking my medicine and doing things I need to do to kind of do this. And I have to do 3 tailgates, and that's been a headache all on its own, and a good headache. Just it's a lot to do. And then the show, right? The show is my baby. I love Clock Blockers. I love you guys. I love the fam. And I want to grow, and I want this thing to get big, and I want to be able to make enough money to provide for my family. And there are days that I wake up and it's definitely like it's tough. But then you get, the text message that, you know, somebody passed away that that you I didn't have I just started developing a relationship with them. And I was looking forward to the future. And I was looking forward to just everything from a business standpoint, from look, yes, they were sponsors of the show. Kenny was a sponsor of the show. But to be fair, Tailgreeter's been a sponsor since day one. And Nick, who owns Tailgreeter, and Pat, who's a big part of Tailgreeter, they would almost do anything for me. And I know I would do anything for them. And so they're more than just a sponsor of the show. They're part of the growth of the show, and they're my friends, and they want to see me grow. And I thought Lime tickets was that next thing, and maybe it still is. I don't know what Shawnee plans to do as far as moving forward after this year. I know she's gonna, from what I have heard, everything is gonna be we're gonna be good for this year and all the games and everything, which is good, but doesn't matter right now. But let me tell you, just every day is it's tough. It's tough, man. And so to lose somebody like Kenny in this world, who was fun and spunky and loved football and loved people, um it sucks, man. I mean, that's all I can say, is that it sucks. And it definitely makes you think about what the priorities are in life, and what the priorities are with just, what's important. There's days that I definitely think about, do I keep on doing this to try, make ends meet and struggle and scratch and claw? Do I, am I, but I have to realize that I'm blessed too, right? You know, I am having an opportunity to move my family into better circumstances, moving down to Mississippi. And um, I know that I have, granted, I only have 3 sponsors, but all 3 have been a very influential part of the people that I do great with. And I'm very proud of being affiliated with all 3 of them. Um, am I where I want to be? No, but I'm getting there. But there's days that are just tough, and it just kind of put things in perspective today for Kenny, that, man, your family is what's important to you. Your friends, your family. Just looking in the chat here, Flipside Fishing, one of the coolest guys I know. We've had a few back and forths on DMs, and it's been great. And Epps, 1234 Epps, he is somebody that makes you smile and laugh, and just, I'm glad that you're a part of the show. Trucker Sean has been to a few of my events and has always supported the show. And he actually did, I think, talk with Kenny 1 or 2 times. and he's just, so good. And Adam Sadowski had the, great opportunity to meet him during the NHL and NBA finals when I went down, and Lime helped me, get to be able to do that. Raul, you've been here since day one, Raul. Almost. You've been almost here since day one. And you're here in the mornings, and it's great. And Shake Money, Shake Money, you're doing podcasting now. And you started on, just calling in and being a part of the conversation. And Wayne has watched the show. Wayne hates some of the people I bring on, but loves me, or he might hate me. I don't know, but he's always here every day. And he's always worried about, he's always asking about me in the chat. And Wayne, I appreciate it, man. I understand that. I do. Dolphin State of Mind, you're new. Corey Walker, you've been here for a minute. I'm glad that you guys are here and you're a part of the family. Manalo, same thing. Manalo, I'm glad you're here, man. I'm glad you're here. I'm blessed that you're here. Daniel Taylor, man, I appreciate it. Von 954, that's my boy. That is my boy. Noob. Can't get through a day without you. So what I want to do right now is just take about 30 seconds to a moment of silence for Kenny. I know a lot, I just want to take a good 30 seconds to a minute to just honor him, and just with silence and just be in the moment. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do about 30 seconds, maybe a minute, moment of silence for Kenny Atkinson, man. We miss you. I know I will. I'm mad that I didn't get more time with you and get to know you a little bit more. But, somebody needed you more than we did down here. So we'll start with the moment of silence. All right. Trying to figure out how to get back into the morning. Tough day. I appreciate what you guys are saying in the chat. I'm watching the chat as I'm trying to get myself together. I just trying to figure out what to say and how to move forward. Shawnee, I know she's probably not listening, but Shawnee, who is Kenny's husband, or Kenny's wife, excuse me, who also runs Less is More events. We're with you. We love you. We stand with you. We're here if you need anything. And Yeah, man. We're going to get through it. We're going to get through it together. And there's a lot of other, and the other messed up part about the whole thing is the business side of it, because there's a lot of stuff I got to figure out behind the scenes for everything. And in the middle of moving, and just it's so much. I've been stressed out. I've been through recovery and rehab and just a lot of different things in my life, and deaths in families and sickness in family, and I've just been through a lot, and it's a lot. It is a lot. So I got a lot of stuff to do over the next 2 weeks. It's just a lot, so much when you think about it. Sometimes the weight of the world feels very heavy. And so it's just a matter of getting through that. All right. I'm not going to do any more of the rundown. You guys know if you guys want to do anything. Steven, you mean addiction recovery? Because I'm a sober junkie. Just wondering if that's what you meant. Yeah, I mean, I guess this is a little bit of a different show to start out this morning. I'll just tell you a little quick story from me. I went to rehab for a couple different cross addictions, neither of them drugs or alcohol, but gambling and some other cross addictions that I've talked about on the show before. August 13th, 2017, which is my birthday, August 13th. So I just celebrated 6 years. 6 years. I just celebrated 6 years of recovery, man. Having gambled at all. I haven't done my other cross addiction, which you can find on my stories on the internet. I've talked about it on public platforms before. But man, it's I'm for anybody who's in recovery, man. I'm all about that life. Yeah, so I understand people. Everybody has something, man. Everybody has something, William. And the one thing that I have found out doing this show over the years, being a part of, people and just life in general, is even people that are assholes. I mean, they all have something, man. And you never know what somebody's going through. And so somebody's always going through something. And just because hurt people is what I've always found out in life. And so when somebody's hurting, it's very easy to lash out and be, that person. Or if you don't love yourself, it's very easy to not show love outwards. Now, I'm the complete opposite. I don't necessarily love myself all the time. Hence depression and anxiety, part of it anyway. But, I try to spread the hopium. I try to spread the kindness. I try to spread the positivity and the love, because I think that's what keeps me going, is doing that. And, I've told many people that watch my show, if you ever need somebody to talk to about that stuff, you can always DM me. And, I would be more than happy to tell you my story and everything. And I like it. Man's a chill. Congratulations, bro. Love it. William Perry, I love you, man. I'm excited that you're coming to help me with my move. William Perry's going to come help me with my move, guys, just so you know. I'm pretty excited about that. Be kind, because everyone has something they're dealing with. I love you all, and I love you, big bro, Stephen D. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. May 26th is my recent sober date. I do some 12-step, but meditation and exercise help me more, I think. Man, keep doing the 12 steps. I've been going to Gamblers Anonymous for 6 years. Um, it's all love, man. It's everybody's got something, and we all need somebody too. That's the other thing too. We all need something. We all need a friend, and that's the best part about being a Dolphins fan, man. Like the people I've gotten to know in this community, like unreal. Allie, Dolph Freaky. I mean, she's amazing. She's one of my best friends. Solo D, love Solo. Do anything for Solo. Cameron 954, that guy. Cameron is the reason I have Tailgreeter. Cameron is the reason that I've. If y'all understood what Cameron has done to move this show and propel it forward, amazing, amazing. J.R. Black, everybody tries to get me with that. Only I don't bet on nothing, man. No more. But I like the joke though. It's good. I didn't mean to start off today's show. I haven't seen you guys in like 3 days. I didn't mean to start off on a bad note, on a negative note, but it's sometimes life throws you curveballs and you got to take those curveballs and see what comes of it, man. Dude, Steven, that's amazing. Would love to discuss the topic with you more at some point. You're 100% right. Helping others in connection is to other people is a huge solution. Oh, I love it, man. I love it. I will agree that my Fins ain't won nada in years, but the True Blazer, the only reason I still watch the Miami Dolphins is the fans. Because let me tell you, the team has let me down a million. No, as a matter of fact, I would probably venture to say nobody's let me down more than the Dolphins football team themselves. But the Dolphins and the love and the fan base, man, they've never really let me down ever. I've been sad at certain points, when things aren't going great within the fan base, but people are great. People are great. Chris Wheeler. I've been there. I have severe anxiety and severe depression, Chris. 2 things I try to tell myself every day. You are loved, and there are people that love you. And sometimes that's very hard to hear because I don't know how to love myself, and that's real. And I know that sounds corny, but it's real. And so I try to reach out, man. Reaching out, seclusion is not the way. Hiding off from the rest of the world is not any solution to anything, man. Reaching out to people is the solution to depression and anxiety and suicidal thoughts, man. It really is. If I'm feeling bad, I talk to my wife. If I don't feel like talking to my wife because I'm frustrated with her or whatever, I talk to Solo or Cameron or Allie or hell, even people, in the show. Lewis has been great, um, um, there's so many people that I've reached out to. And then my people in my 12-step programs, man. Go to meetings. It works if you work it. Great show this AM. Glad I tuned in. I'm sorry we're not talking about Dolphins at the moment. We'll get into it. It works different for everybody, but I do know doing it. I do know that being by yourself isn't the answer. Whether that's with a loved one or friends or your Fin fam or whatever, Taz, just know I'm thinking about you, brother. I really am, man. And I'm not just saying that, today definitely made me realize, how blessed I am in thinking about things and understanding that, look, could life be better? Of course it could, but I'm also in a blessed position, and everybody has something, and everybody's going through something. And Taz, if you need to break away, we're here for you. And I'm going to put you in my prayers, Taz. I hope that your wife, is okay and makes it through this. I hope that you make it through it. God will give you the guidance when dealing with depression. Attend a church. I know from experience. John, bro, I've been a believer of the big man upstairs for many years. I don't talk a lot about religion or politics on my show, but I will say that I wouldn't be in the position I am today without God. Know that. And I really believe that. I'm glad that y'all are, talking about this stuff, man. Freddie says, bro, mental health is real. Mental health is really real, man. It's something. I think I needed to talk about this today. I've been so stressed out. You guys have no idea how stressed out I've been. And then just hearing the news today about Kenny just kind of floored me. Yeah, man, it's tough. It's tough. It's so tough when you go through stuff. And here's the thing too. It's funny because there are other people that are in your life that are going through something great, right? And there's other people that are going through stuff that's much worse than what you're going through, but your stuff is your stuff. And again, that's cliche, but everybody's talking about like first world problems, right? But your problems are your problems, whether you have a significant other with cancer, whether you're dealing with depression and anxiety, whether you're dealing with addiction, suicidal thoughts, whatever they may be, man, everybody's got something. And so just because you're going through something and somebody else is going, doesn't make your problems any worse or better. One of the things that I realized in going through my addiction towards the end of my active addiction, let me say that, my active addiction, because I'm always going to be an addict, quote unquote. But going through my active addiction towards the end, I kept things in, right? Because I was ashamed. There's this shame, right? Of nobody can relate to you, nobody can understand what you're going through, or my stuff isn't as bad as some other people. What am I bitching and complaining about? No, your stuff is important. It doesn't matter, man. No, yes, everybody goes through different levels of things, but if you hold it in, I could see the light just said, "Thank you, Steven. I'm not a talker, so I will keep it inside. That's my problem, man. Let it out, man. Let it out. Let it out." We are human beings, not emotionless robots. Hashtag mental health matters. 100% it does, man. 100%. Our biggest enemy is ourselves. Oh my God. 100% it is. I am my own worst enemy. I don't think that I'm great at what I do. I question, there's a lot of times I question, do I stop doing this and go get, the 9 to 5 and just give up on this dream that I have? There's times that I'm, am I selfish for doing this? Am I, sacrificing my family's happiness in certain areas, or we could be better? And that's just from a business standpoint. That's not even talking about, my addiction to food and weight and and the gambling stuff I had in the past and all that stuff, man. And just feeling good enough. Just feeling like you are good enough. We just came off a 3-day holiday weekend. And yesterday was a great day for me. But I also understand that I pushed off everything that's like the weight of the world on my back. I just yesterday, I'm not going to think about it. Yesterday, I was like, it's the last day of pool season at my apartment complex. We went out and got barbecue from Chaps, which is my favorite, and spent most of the day at the pool with the kids, slept in, and I just pushed it off. But then I woke up this morning, had the news about Kenny, and everything just came crashing back down again. The house, the 3 tailgates that I'm putting together, the podcast, friends, just everything. It's tough, man. It's so tough. Nando Talk, my brother, says, thank you for the heartfelt talk, Stephen. We all fight our demons. Thanks for fighting the good fight and helping others too. I hope all my Fins fans have the strength to keep fighting. Dolphin State of Mind says, you better not stop. Trust me when I say God has a big plan for you. Your blessings are coming. I appreciate it. Always helps to share your story with another human being. Kansas Chill says, Dolphin State of Mind 100. Life goes on even if you don't want it to. But life needs to go on with you too. Remember that, Epps. And just anybody, let it out. Toxic masculinity kills, bro. No doubt. Not gonna lie, as ridiculous as this sounds when as ridiculous as this is when I'm super depressed today, I know I finally can't kill myself when the Fins are finally actually good. LOL. That would be my luck. I would do something and the Dolphins would win the Super Bowl before I got a chance to see it. I get it. I understand. Life gonna life the second you think it's sweet. No doubt NFL's lit. No doubt. Steven, when you get overwhelmed, it's helpful to knock out the quickest task first. You got this, bro. Ryan AP, I appreciate that. I try. Sometimes you're at the bottom of Mount Kilimanjaro and you're looking up and you're like, oh my God, Dolphin State of Mind. We should make the most of every moment and appreciate the present. I like it. Chef Zhu. I know some of you missed it this morning. It's been a rough morning. I'll just, for people that are just coming in, Kenny Atkinson from Less is More Events, Lime Tickets, who's our sponsor, passed away over the weekend. We love him. We miss him. Shawnee, who's his wife, just know that you're loved and that our thoughts and prayers are with you, Shawnee. And I don't know what the future holds for Less is More. But what I do know is we're going to keep trucking and we're going to keep moving and we're going to keep being a family and we're Fin-lost till the day that we die. Till the wheels fall off, baby. Till the wheels fall off. And it's been a rough one. I wish you good health and hope and also hope you lose week 1. But you're killing me, NFL's lit. Oh no, man, my condolences and thoughts and prayers with them. Yeah. Past equals depression, future equals anxiety, present equals peace. Be more present. Oh, I like that, Ryan AP. I don't think I've ever seen that one. I like that. I like that. Jonathan Dabrowski, what's up? Keep your head up. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Bart Scott hating on us early in the morning cruise. I've tried, I'll tell you a funny story about Bart one day, but I was his first producer for his first radio show in Baltimore. True story. Prayers for Kenny, prayers for whoever else needs them, no doubt. No doubt. Lewis, good morning, man. I miss you. Just remember you are always just always remember there are always people you can reach out to when you're down. Keep your head up. I appreciate it, man. Lewis, I need people to understand Lewis real quick. Just, Lewis, um, one of the most genuine, thoughtful, amazing human beings on this earth. Understand that. That's how great Lewis is. And Lewis has been such a influential part of my show recently on Mondays. And and just for me too. And I'm glad that I have his friendship, and I'm glad that I met him. And like, if it wasn't for the show, I never would have met Lewis. And Lewis is such an amazing individual. And I'm so, if nothing else positive ever comes from this show, understand meeting Lewis is one of them. And Chef Zhu's the same way. Chef Zhu is 100% the same way. Rough day today, man. Just, I didn't expect it to be. I wasn't trying to get emotional with you guys. I wasn't trying to get all I wanted to talk football. I wanted to talk Dolphins and Chargers, and brain just it's tough to be there today. We're gonna get into it though. I promise you we will. Just give me a minute, and I'll get back there. I'll get back to that state of mind for today. I appreciate everybody, talking about their stuff out in the chat, man. It's good. I like people sharing. NFL Lit says you've been holding it in. That's why. That's probably true. I haven't had a chance to really talk about it. Nah, keep being you, fam. This really hurts, fam. Take your time. I appreciate it. Got to keep an outlet. I'm just reading you guys in the chat right now. You guys, I appreciate you guys in the chat. I think the other thing that kind of messed me up about Kenny passing away too is again, I just started to have somewhat of a relationship with him. It was basically purely professional, but every time I interacted with him, there was this liveliness to him. There was this excitement, and I was looking forward to seeing that excitement come out during football season and being a part of the tailgate in DC and everything. And I just think you never know when is your time. I think that's the other problem to this too, right? You can literally wake up tomorrow or not wake up tomorrow and you're gone. And you got to realize, what did I leave? What type of legacy did I leave? What type of I think that's the one thing that scares me doing this podcast is if something happened to me tomorrow, what would happen to my family? How would they go about being able to make ends meet and doing stuff? And I'll tell you, that's something that scares the hell out of me. Especially now, having a 7 and 9-year-old, and now I'm going to have a mortgage and everything. And it scares me, but I tried to put myself this morning in Shawnee's shoes, that if something happened to Tamika, my wife, there's no way I am somebody that normally when stuff like this happens, I usually shut down. And I've always been like that. It's part of my flaw. And I get it. I understand that stuff happens all the time, but I just don't do good stuff with stuff like this normally. So I normally shut down. But I couldn't imagine life without Tamika. I couldn't imagine life without her. There's no way. Couldn't do it. And it don't even really want to ever think about it. But when I see, when I know, especially when Shawnee and Kenny were in business together, they did everything together. And Kenny just always seemed to be the stand-up guy that I was so looking forward to cultivating and developing that relationship more. And so I feel cheated a little bit that I didn't get to I didn't get to find out more about him and really be there. Here's the other thing too, like, I talk about friendship and I talk about things. I can tell you right now, I am not the best friend. I have my own depression and my own anxiety, and I'm very selfish and I think about me a lot, and I'm always in my own head. And I do good with people here and people that are far away, but the people that are close, like I've gotten text message, "Hey man, you live 5 minutes away from me. We don't ever talk." Because because it's always something about life, right? You're dealing with the bills or your relationship or your bit. It's some bullshit that you're dealing with all the time. And so sometimes, and a hard part for me, and something that I've tried to do and have failed on a few occasions tremendously, um, is hitting that reset button and stepping back, or just hitting the reset button every couple of weeks and just saying, okay, who have I not? I talk about Spread Kindness Friday all the time. I talk about Spread Kindness Friday all the time. And one of the things I talk about on Spread Kindness Friday is reach out to people. Reach out because you never know what somebody's going through. I have a difficult time reaching out. I need to take my own advice. I do need to take my own advice. Um, so I think I preach that and I talk about that a lot on Fridays because some that I don't do very well. And I want other people to be better than me in that regard. I want people to be better than me, period. But definitely in that regard. And so, reaching out, man, because like there are times that we talk about depression and anxiety for the people that are in here today, saying, in the chat that have said that they've suffered with depression and anxiety. For me, with depression and anxiety, I know that you can turn off the lights and um shut out the world, and nothing good comes from that. And trust me, I've been in that place multiple times in my life. Multiple times. You just multiple times. And Sal said Stephen worked in a max prison in New York. 75% of the men who had drug and alcohol addiction never addressed. Very sad. Hey man, 100%. 100%. There's a really great Dolphins fan, um, Roger Avila, who is in the Ford Hall of Fame. And Roger, Dolphin Maniac, I think is his super fan name, is a pastor and preaches to people in the prisons. So I always think that's really cool, because everybody needs something, man, and everybody needs to know that they're loved. And and it's funny because the BS that I did in 7 years ago, I was two extreme decisions away, from doing something severely stupid and ending up maybe there or dead, one of the two. So you never know how crazy your life can get from you too, right? You never know that. And so I always talk about that, the people in prison and stuff. Like I just have this empathy for them, you know. Yeah, they made mistakes. Yeah, they put themselves there. Yeah, they decided to make that choice. But I'm telling you, addiction is a real thing. Depression is a real thing. And sometimes and sometimes you can just, and mental health, right? So sometimes you're just so extreme to that you do stupid stuff. I have that empathy for people. Um Roger does daily live prayers on Facebook. I know he does. I know. Yeah, man. It's a beautiful thing, man. Look, I sports is fun. Sports is cool. But people are better, man. People investing in people are the best thing about life, period. I try to tell people that are new to YouTube or doing their show to begin with that do not care if you have 10 people watching or 20 people watching. When I first started the show, and Chef Shu can tell you, and probably a few other people in the chat this morning can tell you, I think I started out with like 14 people most days in the beginning, maybe 20 if I was lucky, 25. But I invested in those 14 to 25 people, right? I invested in them. And I got to know them. And so a lot of them, if not all of them, are still here today because I give a shit about them. I care what happens to Trucker Sean and his family. I care what happens to Chef Shu and his family. I care what happens to Level 2 Noob. I care what happens to Epps. I care what I give. I care. And I feel like if that's who you are and you're not pretending to be that you're going to get a lot further in life. And so now I have on the regular 120, 130 people here a day, which I love. And you know, this week I was even getting 200 or 300, and I got up to 700 at one point a couple weeks ago, which was great. But I say all that to say this. If I can do it for 10 or 20 people, I need to be able to do it for 100 and 500 and 600. You know, there are people in this community that people do not like, but here's the funny part. And it's not funny, it's real, right? They have a unique and dedicated following because of who they are, right? And I think if people are genuine on who they are, they will find other people like them being like that. Doesn't always mean that they're great personalities, but people, I think people watch people because there's something in themselves that they like or want to see. And I think that's what gets people through most days. I think that I think when you see yourself in a video, you can easily relate to that guy. And it doesn't even need to be your personality. You can be like a 1% of part of your personality. Maybe somebody you want to be or act like or tell these fans or whatever. But I say all that because I try to project 95% of the time on my show who I am, what I want to be, and what I want to see from other people that are around me. I want to see respect. I want to see love. I want to have a good time. I want to have debates. I want to have jokes. I want people to make fun of each other in a fun way sometimes. You know, if you're really close friends and it's genuine and it comes from a great place and a fun place. But you got to know that person, right? You got to have that relationship with that person for it to be like that. Otherwise, you're going to get, you can't talk to people like that. Apps. I think everybody's got something to offer in this community. From Dougly Do Wrong to TD Fins Talk to Reason to the Fins Tailgate to Miss Fins to K Flexin, D1, the Fins Talk Sports Network, DG Live, Miami Fan Talk Network. I know I'm missing a lot of other people because there's so many now. You don't have to like everybody, and they might not be for you, but understand they might be for somebody else. And just because you don't, just because you don't see them in a positive light, or you might not be able to relate to them doesn't mean somebody else can't. And that's good for them. And that's good for them. And that's what this is all about. Finding somebody that fits you and what you want to be. And so I'm just going to keep being me. I want to keep doing me. I'm going to make a hell of a lot of mistakes along the way. That much I do know. And I've made a lot of mistakes. I've made a buttload of mistakes. I think I have everybody's thing. I think there's 2 people that still I owe stuff to from giveaways because I'm just not good at sending stuff out because I got 15 million things on my mind. I think that there's and so I stopped doing a lot of giveaways. I know that they help me, but I stopped doing a lot of them because I can't. I want to be reliable. I want you guys to be able to rely on me. And so I got to know my strengths and weaknesses. And can only do so much. I'm only one person. Riding waves. I know I've sent you that button twice, the pin twice. Easy. Twice. I'm really in the thick of it today, man. I'm feeling it today, man. I'm feeling it. I want people that when they leave my show, that there's 3 things that they think about. Number 1, Mark, my brother. I'm going to finish my statement here in a minute. Mark is another great person in this community. Mark, one of our sponsors, the owner of our sponsors, Kenny Atkinson, passed away this weekend. And so it hit rough today. And, I think everything kind of came out for me. Everything kind of came out for me today, with just moving to Mississippi, the stress of it, and then losing a friend, and the stress of it, and these tailgates. You do 1 tailgate, I'm trying to do 3. I think I took on more than I could chew. Just from not from I can't get it done, just from I didn't realize the stress that it would cause, and trying to do 15 million things at the same time. And then it's a lot. It is a lot. But anyways, let me finish my statement. So here's what I wanted to say. When people leave my show, I want them to think a few things. Number 1, I want to watch them again because I really had so much fun. I enjoyed it. Number 2, I want people to want to support the channel. And this is honest. This is just being honest. I want people to support the channel financially. But if you're not able to do it financially, then do it by sharing and telling 10 people about it every day. I want people to scream it at the top of their lungs from the rooftops about clock blockers. And that's the selfish side, right? And I don't think it's selfish. I mean, there is selfishness in there, but it's the reality side, right? Like I want to grow, I want to get bigger, I want to have shows where I have 850 people at one time, more than once a year. I want to do that a lot. That was amazing. And I want to do it again. And I know that I will. But these are things, right? And then the third thing I want people to walk away from is just something where it helps them grow as a fan, as a friend, as a spouse, as a brother or sister, or sibling, I should say, or as a Finlaw. I just want them to grow some sort of way. Are you going to learn something when you come to my channel? Not really. Not always. But you're going to have fun. And there's times you are going to learn stuff. But didn't expect the first hour to be talking about all this stuff. I expect to talk about how the Dolphins are going to beat the Chargers this weekend and what the and million other things, but life throws you curveballs, and there's times where you're just you're in the thick of it, man. Mark Newman says, Steven, I'm a newbie, but from what I've gathered, you're a good man. Keep up the great work, my friend. Fins up, R.I.P. Kennedy or Kenny. Appreciate it. God bless Kenny's familia and everybody's familia too. Love this program, man. Appreciate it. Thank you, Manny. Manny, I love you too, brother. Andre says, R.I.P. Kenny. In the first 6 weeks of last season, I seen Steven more than my family. That's real talk. It's not going to be the case this year, but yes. Steven, before you move on, have you checked on Pete since Mike is QB2? I wanted to have a lot of jokes with that today. I'm hoping to have it tomorrow on Wildin' Out Wednesday. Manalo says, surround yourself with authentic people. Yes, that is important. Authentic people is great. But you also have to realize that people are going through their own stuff in life too, right? And, I can't help you if I can't help myself, Steven, you have the #1 midday show on Dolphins YouTube. Keep up the great work. I've been a member for almost 3 years, and this has grown so much. R.I.P. Kenny. Fins up. I love you, Cruz. You're the man, brother. I appreciate it. As much as most of us don't agree on everything, some might agree on some things, but never everything. I love you all. I love you. I love all you guys. The disagreements make it fun. I agree. I agree with that. That's why like Wildin' Out Wednesdays can be a great show most times. Stephen D, a person like me likes the real in life. And today, Stephen D, I'm getting the real. Don't never change, Stephen D. Stephen D has the #1 Dolphin show, period. Appreciate it. Appreciate Manny and Lewis's words today. Yeah, I think sometimes we just need to hear it, man. We just need to hear that we're all going through something. Yes, football season is upon us. Yes, the Dolphins are exciting to think about and watch. Yes, college football was amazing this weekend, especially with my boy Dion in Colorado. And I want to talk about that too. I wanted to talk about that so bad. I'm going to. And my boy Bubba finishing 7th in Darlington and moving from 16 to 13 in points and 1 point behind 12th, which is the cutoff for the next round of the playoffs. I'm telling y'all, don't sleep on my boy Bubba. He gonna be there. Let him keep up. He's won at Kansas before. He races well at Kansas. I got back into NASCAR in like the last 2 years, and I absolutely love NASCAR now. Again, all over again. I fell in love with it again. I love you guys. I love each and every one of you who watch the show and support it. I want it to grow. I want it to be I want it to grow, and I want it to be what it is, but I also want it to allow me maybe to give me the opportunity to do something better to provide for my family, right? And so, when that opportunity ever comes about, I'm waiting for it. I'm praying for it. I'm holding on to it. I'm holding on to that thought that something is around the corner, that's gonna, help me financially. That's gonna help me grow and become bigger, and that's what I want. But, and it's a big but. I, and I cannot lie. Um, I want y'all to be there with me along the way, man. I want y'all to be there so bad to watch this journey, and because I wouldn't even be here without you guys. Wouldn't even be here without y'all. So, all right, I feel a lot better. I think I needed to do that. NFL's lit was right, man. I think I just needed to let it out today. So I apologize we didn't talk some football so far today. We're going to talk some now here in a minute, but I think I needed to get that out. And that's a good thing about doing the show. Sometimes we're able to take a step back and just be like, hey, look, we need to talk about this. Next 2 weeks, I will tell y'all. So let me kind of give you the rundown for the next few weeks for me. So this week, I'll do a full show. Next week, I think you're going to get 3 shows from me: Monday, Tuesday, and maybe Wednesday. Thursday, I'm not going to have a show. Friday, I'm not going to have a show. Not this week, but the following week. And I probably won't have a show till maybe Wednesday the following week, because I got to move Thursday. I got to load up the truck next Thursday. Next Thursday, I got to load up the truck. And then Friday, I leave to go to Mississippi, and I got to go to North Carolina to pick up my dad, who's going to help me move. And then Saturday and Sunday, I think I'm going to be traveling those days. And then I'm hoping I'll get there by Sunday, because I have a car carrier on the back, and it's a 22-foot truck, and I'm pretty sure I can only go like 55, 60 miles an hour. And then Monday and Tuesday, I got to set up everything that I got to set up the new house, and I got to make sure that the internet's working. I got to get internet there and set up a temporary studio till I can get the, everything the way I want it to. So, you probably, starting on Thursday of next week to Wednesday of next week, won't see me for a week easy. But I will be back after that. So just have patience with me. If you guys want to support me, you can always donate to Cash App or PayPal. If you guys wake up and say, you know what, I wonder what Steve is doing, let me give him a little bit of gas money, you can donate on Cash App or PayPal, because I saw how much it's going to cost. It's going to be a lot. So I'm not looking forward to those expenses, but it is what it is. Get set up first, Steven. We will be okay, Lamar Bennett says. Manalo says guest host. Yeah, man. I here's the so when I first did the show, I could have guest host. And I've thought about doing guest host, but everybody's got their own thing now. I would look, if I had my way, would I love for Lewis to do Monday show, and for DJ Genesis to do Tuesday show, and for somebody to do Wildin' Out Wednesday, and Cameron to do Thursday? Yes, I would. But I also want to be able to give you guys great, the show that you come to watch. And when I'm not there, it's not the show that you're always used to watching. So I don't know. I might talk to some people about filling in those days. Maybe. Manala says we need a car trip video. Maybe I'll go live during my car trip when I'm in the passenger seat, my dad's, driving. That might not be a bad idea. Let Pete take over for a week. Oh my God, please no. Noob says, I got Wildin' Out Wednesday. We getting rid of the swear jar. No holds barred, fight to the death. Noob says. News, are you, if you're serious, I'll let you do the next 2 Wildin' Out Wednesdays starting next week. Imagine the welcome back response you would get, Steven. I know, right, Gabriel? It would be. It'd be crazy. Bruce Peen, what's up? What's up, Stephen D? What's up, Bruce? How are you, buddy? Good to see you, man. I like this idea. Well, let's see. Lewis and Shake Money. Are you guys in here? Shake and Lewis. Are you guys in the chat? If you're in the chat, say put it in the chat. Maybe I'll have Lewis and Shake Money do Monday. Those two that Monday show for Victory Monday, because it's going to be Victory Monday. And then Tuesday, I can have DJ Genesis, and I gotta have somebody to go with DJ Genesis. Can't go by himself. Lewis, are you going to do? Can you do the 18th show with Shake Money? Maybe the Fins Tailgate takes over on that Monday, the 18th, for Victory Monday. Raul says CB83, Jason, Lewis, Shake Money, Nando, yeah. All right, man. I'll. You know what, guys? I will reach out. Look. This is a fan for the show, or this is a show for the fans by the fans. I will reach out to all those guys about getting them on the show so that you guys don't have anybody without it. But remember, I'm not going to be available. I'm going to be out of pocket. Yeah, let me and Shake talk about it. Okay. Maybe get color in there too. Yeah. Maybe try to get as many of the Fins Tailgate guys for that Monday, the 18th show. And then, Noob, are you serious about hosting Wednesdays? Maybe I'll get Noob to host Wednesdays. And maybe I can get Nando to host on Tuesday with DJ Genesis. Or CB83, maybe that Tuesday, the 19th, to host with Genesis. CB83, if you're listening. Maybe I'll reach out to those guys. I'll reach out. Shake Money and Lewis doing Mondays. Tuesday, I'll get somebody with Genesis. If Noob is serious about Wednesday, I think he would be a good host for Wildin' Out Wednesday. And then Thursday, that one Thursday show, which is when I'm moving, which is the 14th. Cameron can probably get on. I'll have to find somebody to get on with Cameron. And then Friday, Jason Sarney. I'm sure Jason can find somebody to get on with him. I think I can make this work for you guys, so you guys aren't missing a show. Let me figure it out. But that's one more thing I got to figure out now. Thank you guys for putting more on my plate. If you guys like to donate to the show, you can always donate. Cash App, PayPal. You can also donate on YouTube Live Super Chat. Wildin' Out Wednesday, new format is a golf show, Noob said. I love it. All right. All right, let's get into some football talk. Real quick before I get into Dolphins. Over the weekend, college football was week 1. I know that it started the week before. That's fine. I get it. I understand. But college football started on Saturday. In Colorado, which is where Dion plays or coaches. played TCU, who was in the national championship game last year. And I get there was a lot of I think they had only 3 starters on their offense from last year to this year, but there was a good portion of their defense that was still there. From TCU. Let me tell you something. Deion Sanders in Colorado is hands down one of the best things for college football, and it's not even close. It's not even close, man. 510 yards for Shedeur Sanders. You guys know me. The people who watch my show know I'm a huge fan of HBCUs. I'm about to go move right outside of Jackson, so I'm a little upset Deion's not there no more because I would have loved to see it. But man, what I saw in Colorado, he had 86 new transfers. And I think all of them are on scholarship, if I'm correct. There's only like 3 players from last year's team on this year's team from Colorado. And it's not 86 full rides. I think it's like 60 something full rides. I'm telling you right now, Colorado, in the next couple of weeks, I think they face Colorado State. That should be they face Nevada. Matt Rule's Nevada, who, by the way, they looked horrible. So they should win that. And then they face Colorado State. And then they have 2 games against USC, Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams versus Shedeur Sanders is going to be must-watch television. And they got Oregon, University of Oregon. If they beat those 2 teams, Oregon and USC, after 2 wins against Nebraska, and whoever, and I'll tell you, they could probably even lose one of the USC and Oregon if they just split one and only get 1 loss there, and they do really good. They got to be in national championship talk. I'm for real, 100% for real, because and if they do get the win, bro, I'm telling you right now, they would have then beat 3 top 25 teams. Now, a lot needs to happen between now and then. Let's take it 1 week at a time, right? I get it. But let's be honest. They were 20-point underdogs. Shedeur Sanders threw for 510 yards. 4 wide receivers had over 100 yards. And Travis Hunter, if he is not a freak of an athlete, I don't know what is. I'll go on to say that I think Travis Hunter could be the best player in the NFL in 2 years, 3 years. Easy. Not even close. I'll say it again. I think Travis Hunter could easily be the best player in the NFL in 2 to 3 years. He is one of the most impressive people I've ever seen on a football field. He had over 110 snaps. He had an interception, which, by the way, if you watch that interception, was unbelievable. Just like unbelievable. Unreal. Right? And so it was legit. It was and then he had over 100 yards receiving. Deion Sanders, primetime. His son Shedeur Sanders, who, by the way, already Heisman candidate as far as I'm concerned. Heisman candidate. Noob says Colorado's going to lose a minimum of 4 games. No way. No way. None. I think the most they lose is 2. Maybe 3. Because later in the year, they have another a big game. After 1 game, yes, dude. Yes. The hype is real. He told you in the press conference, go ahead. Hate on me. You didn't believe? You didn't believe at all. You didn't believe at all. I'm telling you right now, I believed in Deion at Jackson State, where besides their first year, which was the COVID year, mind you, and his first it was COVID. Didn't get a chance to get all the recruiting players that he wanted to get into the building. I think they lost 3 games that first year, and then the last 2 years they lost 3 total and only 1 in the regular season. And one out of the 3 games that they did lose, which was a game that Shadir didn't even play because he was benched because his dad benched him, which I love. He held him accountable. He comes over to a top school. He comes over to Division I this year at Colorado, brings 86 players over with him, transfers, has the number 1 rated player in college football in Travis Hunter. Shedeur Sanders, by the way, here's the thing. Everybody wants to say, oh, Shedeur is starting because his son Dion is there. Bro, we're talking about a kid that was recruited by Oregon, Alabama, USC, Notre Dame, all recruited Shadir to come play quarterback for their football team. He's no walk-on. He's no nepotism. No, the kid is for real. Shedeur is one of the best quarterbacks in college football. Yes, you heard it from me. Shedeur is one of the best quarterbacks in all of college football. He's not the best, but he's one of them. And you got to remember, there's 120, 130 programs in Division I college football. He's top 10 quarterback. Easy. Shedeur is a top 10 quarterback in all of college football. And by the end of this year, he might be one of the best, if not the best. Okay, and we'll wait to see. Let him play against some of this better competition. For the people that are saying, oh, he gave up 42 points, that's fine. He gave up 42 points to a team that was still in the national championship game last year, and they went toe-to-toe with them. And they had more starters on defense than they only had 3 returners on offense. Most of their defense is still the defense last year that played in the national championship game. So don't come to me talking about, oh, they gave up 42 points. That's fine. Fair. I get it. It was still their first game, and they still played amazing. And I'm going to tell you right now, Travis Hunter, they got 2 potential Heisman candidates on their team. 2. Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter, both Heisman candidates today. Already. You can say there's defense is trash. That's fine. I get it. I understand it. Let them see how they do against Nebraska. Not saying Nebraska's better than TCU's offense. I'm just saying, and by the way, we're talking about a Nebraska offense that lost to Minnesota, what was it, 13-7? Something like that. Steven doesn't watch college football. Confirmed. No way, bro. Oh, I watch. Colorado, the hype, believe the hype. It's real. After one game, it's not after one game. I've been watching Dion all 3 years at Jackson, bro. I watched at least 70% of their games at Jackson. Loved it. At least 70% of their games I watched at Jackson. I've seen, everybody talks about, well, you know, college. Come on, bro. Come on. Let's be real. Are they going to win a national championship? No, they're not. They're not there yet. But they will be. They'll have a damn good chance to be in a couple of years. They've already beat a top 15 team or a top 15 team. I'm sorry. TCU was number 17. You're right, Ali's toupee. I get it. I understand. Colorado's legit. Buy the hype ticket because it's real. It's real. Y'all been hating and doubting Primetime since he was a player. We're still talking about a man who in the same week scored an NFL touchdown and hit a home run in the World Series. The same man. His son, his kin, Shedeur, Threw the most yards of any quarterback last week in all of college football, 510. And let's be real. If you watch the game, you know that there was at least another 75 to 100 yards left on the field because wide receivers straight dropped them in their hands. In their hands. So he easily could have had close to 600 and at least another touchdown or two. He had 4 touchdowns thrown. I think he could have had 5 or 6 with a couple of drops that turned into straight drops. That was on the money. I will also say Shedeur is one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the NFL, too, or in the college football, too. Look, I'm already saying NFL, my bad, but in college football, too. Shedeur and Travis Hunter for Heisman. That's all I know. I'm on the hype train. I love it. I'm about that life. And I'm buying, and I don't need to buy a hype ticket because I bought mine 2 years ago at Jackson when I said, quote, and if you watch my show, you know I said this. I said, no, but everybody's scared to play Jackson State because they know that Deion, primetime, is good. If he shows up, a Division I team as an HBCU, they don't want to. They'd never wanted to see that, but now they ain't got no excuse to play him because now he's at Colorado. No excuse no more. You got to play him now. Got to play him now. I'm telling y'all right now, I think the over-under for their losses is 2.5. 2.5 losses this year for them. And you might go with the over, and you might be right. Maybe we'll say 3. We'll say 3.5. We'll say 3.5. 3.5 over-under losses for them. If it's 3.5, I'm picking the under. If it's 2.5, I'm picking the over. Because I think they're going to be right at 3 losses. At worst. Worst. But I tell you what, that Pac-12, tell me who you're scared of besides USC. Don't worry, I'll wait. I mean, seriously, I will wait. He wanted to go to Florida. Y'all fumbled that. Yeah, Florida definitely did. Oregon and Washington, not scared of either one of them. And let him beat Oregon. If I'm gonna tell you right now, Greg, or anybody who's listening, if he comes out and beats USC and Oregon in back-to-back weeks, I don't want people coming up here talking about, oh, they're for real. No, Steven Dunn told you that he is for real and that they are for real and that Travis Hunter, Shedeur Sanders are legit and for real. And not only those guys, there's a lot of other great talent on that roster. Easily on Colorado's roster as we speak, there's at least 10 players that can be on an NFL roster. Easy. I'm not saying they'll be stars. I'm not saying that but there's at least 10 players on his roster that can be in the NFL. Y'all can disagree with me if you want. Y'all can say I'm crazy if you want. You can say I don't know college football. I promise y'all on everything, Colorado's legit. And Colorado will play for a Pac-12 championship this year. Colorado will play for a Pac-12 championship this year. No bandwagon. Look, I will take any Dolphins bandwagon. Feel free to come on. I don't care. Feel free. But I don't want to see no other Colorado bandwagons because I'm telling you, I've been a part of Deion since he was at Jackson. And people that watch the show know that I've been hyping up Deion for the last 2.5, 3 years. Because they watch this show and they know I'm a big fan of HBCUs and I support HBCUs, and that it's a damn shame that only 2 players were drafted in the NFL last year from HBCUs. Ridiculous. Redonkulous. Deion is the man. Coach Prime, sign me up. Let's go. I'm about that life. Colorado's going to win the Pac-12. Come call me. Go. What does my man Lewis say? Go argue with your mama. Go argue with your mama. Okay? Duke versus Colorado in the Aloha Bowl. Primetime in South Beach is perfect. Let me talk about a couple more teams. Number one, people are sitting here talking about Clemson and Duke. I watched a little bit of the game last night. Clemson is not your mama's football team. They're not your daddy's football team. They are not what they lost for 2 reasons. Number one, they lost for 3 reasons. Number one, Dabo Swinney has had a difficult time replacing some really great, amazing talent on his team. And it's tough to recruit as Clemson. Okay? Because it's very tough for them to recruit. For some reason, Dabo Swinney last 2 years recruiting classes have not been great. They've been good, but they haven't been great. And I think that's one reason why they lost last night. Okay? Second reason they lost last night. The talent that they had on the field thought that because their name on the front said Clemson, that they were automatically going to walk over Duke. And let me tell you something. Duke is a basketball school. There's no doubt about that. I get it. Dabo Swinney got the number 1 recruit in the country this year, linebacker out of Georgia. Okay. So he got, but go look at the rest of his recruiting class. It wasn't great. Yes, he got the number 1 linebacker. Okay. Yes, Dabo can probably get, I'm just telling you, compared to previous years, Dabo had one of the worst years of recruiting last couple of years compared to his previous years. And part of the reason for that is Deion Sanders, is NIL, is a million other. Now all these mid-level programs are able to try to recruit players out of the top 200 because they can give them NIL deals and opportunities to be stars on their campus compared to being, a second string, maybe at the, maybe you get a chance to start at a big tier school. NIL changed the game for programs like Dabo Swinney and Clemson. Nick Saban's been bitching and complaining about NIL and how horrible it is for college football. Hey, I got something to tell you there, Saban. All they've done is allowed it to be legal, what you've been doing for the last few years. Everybody said Saban's a great recruiter. And ever since NIL's been opening up, Saban's been having to deal with NIL people. I'm telling y'all right now, the transfer portal and NIL has been just very interesting on how it's changed the landscape of college football. So not as great recruiting compared to previous years, and transfer portal and everything. And the players that were on the field last night for Clemson thought because Clemson was on the front of their jersey that they were going to walk over Duke. Here's the thing about Duke. Duke, as I just said, this is where I was going with it. Yes, they are a basketball school, But let's get something straight. Butch Davis took over University of North Carolina Tar Heels, and they have a really good program at North Carolina. Duke doesn't like being second tier to anything to North Carolina. And so their recruiting and their NIL deals and their transfer portals. Here's the thing about the transfer portal. You can now go to a player who enters it and say, hey, look, you come here, we'll give you a full ride. We'll give you these endorsement deals. So you're going to make $50, $60, $100,000 and you have a full ride and you're going to get a chance to start and you're going to get to play against top tier competition. You know what happened? You know what was last night for Duke football? Nothing more than a recruiting video. And it was a damn good one. Do you want to know why? Because they were the only game on TV last night. There was nothing else except Duke versus Clemson. None. Duke got a 3-hour recruiting video. And it was masterful for them. I hate Duke with a passion, just so y'all know. I hate Duke, okay? But I grew up in North Carolina. I grew up as a Tar Heels fan. Absolutely hate Duke. But last night, Duke, and I'm telling you right now, Duke next year will be better than this year. Duke next year will be better than this year. I'm just saying. And the third reason why Clemson lost last night is Duke played an unbelievable football game. Unbelievable football game. I mean, they did everything they needed to do. Their defense was top notch last night. Now, is Duke going to do anything in the long run? No. But they beat Clemson. Clemson, I think, is on the down roll. And a lot of people called that this year anyway. So, look, I'm not surprised about that. Number 3 in college football over the weekend. University of Miami. University of Miami played Miami of Ohio. I'm all about the U. We love the U. We're Miami sports music. I got to be honest with y'all. Yes, we won. Yes, we were supposed to beat Miami of Ohio. If you're a Canes fan, which most of us are, we need to be in for a long season when we're playing good teams. Because I didn't see anything that showed me that they're going to be able to take over bad teams. Or good teams, good teams. I still second guess Tyler Van Dyke, right? I don't know if he's 100% comfortable in that pocket. I like what the U has. I think that they're going in the right direction. There were games the last couple of years that they lost to teams that they should have beat, and they beat this team. But I want to see them play a good football team. And Miami of Ohio ain't it. If Miami can show me what they showed me against a good football team, then I'm going to think the Canes got a little something. A little something. I'm going to reserve my full feelings about them. Steven, tell me you didn't watch the game without telling me you didn't watch the game. I want to see it. I want to see them against a really good football team. But if you're asking me how I feel right now, as Rome 777 says, I think they're going to be mediocre. I'm not saying they're going to be bad. I think they're better than they were 2 years ago. I do. I think they're in the upward direction. But they ain't competing for no national championship yet. And let's be honest, if you're a Canes fan, you don't want to just make a Power 5 bowl. You want a national freaking championship. That's why Mario Cristobal's here, for a national championship. Nothing else. I'm not here for an Orange Bowl or a Rose Bowl or none of that. I want to compete for national championships. That's what every Hurricanes fan should want. And we're not there yet. And in my opinion, we're not close to being there yet. But we are on the upward trajectory. Let me see how they play against a good football team, and I'll reassess my evaluation of them. Right now, they beat a bad football team. They beat a bad football team. Come talk to me when they do that. Joe says we're not there yet, and we haven't been since 01. Those are facts, Joe. I don't deny that. I don't think we're at a Power 5 bowl yet either. Let me see how they play against that. Now, for my Knowles fans and my Gators fans, okay, because I know I got some, fans that want to see what the Knowles are going to do this year or that are fans of them. They played LSU, and they won. They beat a really decent LSU team. LSU plays in the SEC, okay? And there's definitely a lot to like about them beating an SEC team like LSU. Florida State, and I hate to say this because I am not a Seminoles fan. Florida State's the best college football team in the state of Florida. And I don't think it's close. I don't think it's close. Now, is Florida State competing for a national championship? Let me see how they do against, some other teams as we move forward. Their schedule this year is Southern Miss next week, Boston College, Clemson. They're going to beat them. Virginia Tech, but they play in Florida State. Syracuse, Duke. The Duke game will be good. Wake Forest, Pittsburgh, Miami, the U, North Alabama, and Florida. It isn't that they just beat LSU. As somebody just said, NFL's lit, they smacked LSU. It wasn't just a win. It was a statement. We're here. And we're here to party. It says I'm formal, but I'm here to party. I like my Jesus and a tuxedo shirt because it says I'm formal, but I'm here to party. Shout out to Ricky Bobby fans out there. Yes, come on now. Let's be real. Let's be real. They are the best team in the state of Florida college football wise. They are. And we're going to have to see, what it looks like with them moving forward. Now, Florida loses to Utah. And I got to be honest, I don't know what Florida's going to do this year. They got Tennessee. They got LSU. They got Florida State, Missouri. I think that Florida's going to lose 5 games this year, 4 or 5 games. But right now it's FSU, the U, Florida. Those three. Now, the rest of the college teams in the state of Florida, I know there's some there. There's some decent ones. I'm not even going to get into all that. But that's how I feel about the state of college football right now, or the college football in the state of Florida right now. But but let Miami win these couple of games over the next several weeks. When they do get a chance to face Florida State, that Florida State game this year, that's going to be a fun one. That's going to be a really good one. By the way, Florida also faces Georgia too. Florida's going to lose 5 games this year. Easy. 4 or 5 games. Easy. UCF is the second best. No. The U, I still put the U there. UCF is good, though. But I still put the U there. All right, Miami Sports Music's number one Miami fan morning show, Clock Blockers, right here on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. Enough about college football. Let me get into a little bit of I'm just going to say, I said it earlier. I'll take literally 60 seconds and then I'll move on to say it. Bubba Wallace, baby. Number 7 at Darlington Sunday. Goes to Kansas. I'm just saying, Bubba's going to make it to the next round. Bubba's going to make it to the next round, noob. You hear me, noob? Bubba's going to make it to the next round. That's all I know. That's all I know. 23-11, baby. Tyler Reddick and Bubba Wallace. Love it. Just want you to know that, noob. That was for you. Bubba's booty. No. Look. Trucker Sean, Bubba Wallace, baby. That's all I know. All right. I said, I gave you 60 seconds in NASCAR. Okay. There's your 60 seconds in NASCAR. Bubba Wallace. That's all you need to know. All right. Let's get into some Dolphins talk. A lot of stuff went down over the weekend. A couple things. Mike White was named the backup. Robbie Chosen was signed to the practice squad. They did not announce a starting left guard. I want to give you my thoughts on all that. Number one, we'll start with Mike White being named the number 2 in Miami. Okay. By the way, it's 1 hour and 43-minute mark. I need to say that because that's when I started talking about the Dolphins today. So sorry, guys. All right. Mike White, number 1, Pete. I love you, Pete. I hope you're okay, Pete. Are you good, Pete? Pete, are you out there, Pete? Did Pete have an absolute meltdown when he found out that Mike White was number 2? I mean, he had to have a meltdown. He had to have. Noob, I didn't call you one. I called everybody else one. Sometimes Steven says Trucker Sean so fast it sounds like he's saying Shaka Khan. Am I alone here? Look here, Trucker Sean. Shaka Khan. Trucker Sean. Trucker Sean. Trucker Sean. Trucker Sean. Trucker Sean. Pete, Steven, we know why Mike is QB number 2 because Skylar makes Tua nervous. Really, Pete? You're putting a spin on this? Come on, Pete. Just take the L. Your boy Skylar's number 3, okay? Okay? Just come on. I think Mike White deserves to be the number 2. I think that here's the hope. Look, as Dolphin fans, we don't even want to see Mike White play this year. That's real talks. Real talks. We don't want to see Mike White, and we don't want to see Skylar Thompson this year. We want Tua for 17 games. Matter of fact, you know what? That's a lie. I want Tua for 16 games because I want him to sit the last week because we've already clinched the number 1 seed, and he doesn't need to play, and Mike White gets to play the week 17. Week 18, whatever it is. Okay? That's what I want. I want Tua to play 16 games this year because they bench him for the last game because they've already clinched everything. All right? That's what I want. Mike White being the number 2 says more about Skylar than it does about Mike White. And that's facts. Skylar Thompson played his way out of the backup job. I'll say it again. Mike White being named the number 2 quarterback says more about Skylar Thompson than it does about Mike White. We didn't get a chance to see Mike White. We didn't. Let's be real. We didn't get a chance to see him in this offense or anything like that. It was Skylar's job for the taking. It was. It was his job for the taking. He just had to play decent. Didn't have to play great. Just don't play bad. Skylar played bad. Bad. Everybody says Mike White is number 2 because of the money. That's BS. And here's why that's BS. Okay? The way that the roster is set up is Skylar doesn't have to be on the 53 or doesn't have to be on the active dressed roster, right? So he's the emergency quarterback, right? So you get a number 3 anyway. Let's be honest. Let's be honest for a second. The money with this, Mike White would be here no matter what. They have more faith in Mike White to be the best. You know what? Here's the thing. Y'all sitting here talking about money. You know why they paid him more money? Because he's the better quarterback. They gave him the money because he's the better quarterback. But Skylar had a legit opportunity to be number 2. That happened. They allowed that. They did. He played his way out of the backup job. He played his way out of it. He was horrible this preseason. And it wasn't even close. Skylar is the number 3 because he's the worst quarterback of the 3 quarterbacks. Is he still good? I don't know. I think so. I don't think he'd be here if he wasn't. They pay, you can say it's the money all you want, but they paid him more money because Mike's the better quarterback. Mike White didn't even have to play to win the starting backup job, and your 3rd string played in a playoff game last year and almost won. I'm telling you all right now, Skylar didn't have to be great to be the number 2, and the money did not matter. Skylar just had to be okay. Just don't be bad. He was bad. He was atrocious this preseason. And they said, we can't justify putting him at number 2. Forget the money. We can't justify him based on how he played. How he played. Okay, so let's be real. Let's just be real. The goal is that we don't see Mike White. I'm excited. If let me live in reality here for a second. The goal is to not see him. 2 hasn't played a full season yet. Let's be fair. With that being said, I am confident in Mike White for 2 or 3 games. I think he can spot start. If I have to rely on Mike White for 2 or 3 games, I'm not upset about it. I think he can fully hold this offense and run it and be okay. Now, if I'm expecting Mike White to take us to the promised land, that I do not. If Tua goes down permanently, it's not going to be good. Not saying that Mike White can't take us there, but I'm saying he can't take us there. That's real. Okay. I'm just being real with y'all. But he's a hell of a lot better, in my opinion, than Teddy Bridgewater. He is. He's better than Matt Moore was. Mike White, to me, is on par, is right below. He's not on par. He's right below Ryan Tannehill. And that's not saying a lot. Let's be fair about that. That's not saying a lot. But Tannehill has started for what, 11 years in the NFL? Has it been that long? I think he started for what, 7 years with us, and he's already been 4 years with Tennessee, maybe 3 or 4 years with Tennessee. So yeah. Tannehill has started 7 years in the NFL, or 11 years in the NFL. Let me say that again for you did not hear. Ryan Tannehill has started for over a decade in the NFL. We can be mad at Tannehill. We can say how much he fucked up our franchise for 7 years. But Mike White's right below Tannehill, in my opinion. He's not better than Tannehill, but he's right below it. He's right below it. But the Mike White couldn't beat Joe Flacco. He's trash. First of all, that's not true. That's not true. I want you all to think about something for a second with the Mike White situation last year in New York. Okay. Number one, Zach Wilson was the guy. Okay. He was the guy. They put all their eggs into the basket with Zach Wilson. It didn't happen. Didn't work out that way. Mike White comes in. He has a couple of good games. Then he has a couple of bad games. Now you're going to face the Dolphins. Okay, well, who has one of the best records in the history of the NFL against the Dolphins? Joe Flacco. Well, we got Joe Flacco on our team. Well, who should we start? A guy who's struggling or a guy who's got great record against the Dolphins? Gee, I'll play Flacco against Miami. It wasn't a hard decision, but it doesn't mean that Flacco was better than Mike White. It just means he was the hot hand and Flacco was the better option at that point. We're still talking about a quarterback who, look, you didn't put a lot of faith or stock into him because Zach Wilson was given everything. Mike White didn't get a lot of opportunities at practice, and the moment he came, he had a really good, decent couple of games. Hell of a lot more than Teddy Bridgewater had last year. Facts. Better than Skylar Thompson last year. Facts. Skylar threw 2 touchdowns last year, right, guys? Two. I think he threw 2 touchdowns last year. Not including the playoff game. In the regular season, he threw 2 touchdowns. How many did Mike White had? I think there was a game he had 3 or 4. At least 1. Oh, now it's Mike White can't beat Zach Wilson. Come on, guys. Y'all are something else. Y'all do realize the Jets put an offer to keep Mike White on the table. They wanted to keep him. You do realize that, right? Mike White was offered an opportunity to stay in New York. He said, no, thank you. Don't give me that Mike White's better than Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson has one good thing going for him, and that's the person that's playing in front of him, Aaron Rodgers, and hopefully he can learn something from him. But because he's a New York Jet and because the New York Jets suck, that's not even going to work out in his favor. Facts. Mike White being named number 2 is it's a formality. It's a formality because of the way that the rules written for the third string quarterback and emergency quarterback this year. Mike White had 3 touchdowns last season, Noob said. Oh, 3. I'm sorry. I forgot one. Come on now. What are we talking about? It's not the money. Stop it. All right, let me go on to the next thing. Robbie Chosen coming to the practice squad. Why was he not signed right after and signed this weekend? Here's what I ultimately think. I think that Mike White, or excuse me, I keep on saying Mike White. I think that Robbie Chosen, by the way, I guess he changed his name again, right? It's Robbie now, not Robby. changed his name for a 4th time this offseason. I'm excited to see him on the practice squad, and I fully expect him to dress for week 1. I mean, I don't know that. I expect it, though. I expect Chosen will dress because he can dress 3 times without being sent to the 53, if I'm correct. Right, guys? They can dress him 3 times before they have to put him on the active roster. So I'm pretty sure Robbie's going to get a chance to play, whether it's week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. But I'm pretty sure he's going to dress at least once or twice in the first 4 weeks. And I expect him to do it against San Diego or Chargers. I always say San Diego. Maybe I'll always say that. But against the Chargers. LA Chargers. But yeah, I mean, I like the signing. I like the practice squad. What's the point of dressing? You're not active to play. On the practice squad, you can get upgraded on game day to dress. And you can do it up to 3 times before they require you to be on the active 53 or outright release. So I like Robbie Chosen. I think he's going to get an opportunity this year. And I'm happy that he's on our practice squad, and I fully expect that he will dress. That's my opinion. I think he'll be there week 1. I really do. I think he'll be with dressed up against Chargers. All right. So I talked about Robbie, talked about Mike White. Yesterday in the press conference, Mike McDaniel said that there is no name starting left guard. It's Tuesday, or it was Monday, the 4th. We play on Sunday, and there's no starting left guard. Here's my beef with this, and I have beef. I need y'all to know this. I was told by Chris Greer and Mike McDaniel, quote, end quote, y'all are the ones that are worried about this, the press and the fans. We're not worried about our offensive line the way it's currently constructed. We're very happy with who we have here, and we know that we're going to be able to be competitive as an offensive line. That's what I was told by Chris Greer and Mike McDaniel. But you don't have a starting left guard named? Come on, guys. I'm not stupid. I'm a Dolphins fan, but I'm not stupid. I get it. I understand what we have. Stop lying to me. Mediocrity at best. Now, to be fair, I think they're waiting to see what's going to happen with Teron Armstead. Okay? I think that's what they're ultimately waiting for. Why not name it if they're not going to say, if we know it? Like, it's Isaiah Wynn. Yes, I get that. But why not say it? Why not say it? It's stupid that they don't. And it bothers me that they don't. I don't know if Teron Armstead's going to play. And if he doesn't, I'm nervous as hell. Because the Chargers, at least we have a top-ranked center, Rick Spar said. Stop it. I think that makes us stupid, Stephen, Mark Newman says. Pete said, did we get Jonathan Taylor? He ain't playing. Look, here's the thing. I'm not stupid. I get football. I'm smart enough to understand the game. I played the game. I was a starting center. I get it. Now in high school, nothing else. But you can't sit here and tell me that you guys are not worried about it, but won't say who's the starting left guard. We all know it's Isaiah Wynn. Just say it. And because they're not saying it, and because they don't know what the deal is with Armstead, I'm nervous as hell about the O-line on Sunday. Nervous. And if you're not, I'm not trying to, I'm just telling you. Nervous. Come on, man. Name a starting left guard. Get it over with. Stop telling me not that you guys aren't worried about it. Because you are. Because you are. Level 2 noob with the tweet of the day so far. Liam Eichenberg, please. Please. God help us. God help us if that is the case. I'm just telling you. Not going to be happy about that. I know, Psuedo. If I'm saying I'm sick of the propaganda with the O-line, there's something bad. Because I'm Mr. Hopium himself. I'm Mr. Spread Kindness and Positivity himself. I get it. But don't lie to me. And I feel like the Dolphins are scratching their head. Because and here's the thing, right? They have what, $11 million. What does Spotrac say? Let's see what Spotrac says. Spotrac. Dolphins. Spotrac currently says that the Dolphins we have $9 million in cap space. 9.8. We have $9.8 million in cap space. There's really nobody. I mean, you could go get Dalton Risner, but if you haven't done it by now, you're not going to do it. Let's be honest. But let's be honest with her. Let's play the worst case scenario out because we need to. We need to at least talk about it. Okay. Let's play the worst case scenario out. If Teron Armstead doesn't play on Sunday and Liam Eichenberg comes in and plays sorry, I'm getting a text. And Liam Eichenberg comes into play and he plays like trash. Let's just talk about it. And we end up losing to the Chargers for whatever reason. I want to be fair. I don't think we're losing to the Chargers. I really don't. But what are you going to do? Are you calling Dalton Risner then? Well, you should have done that. Should have done that a week and you should have done that 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. I don't understand it. Andrevius, I'm sorry. I was with the family the whole weekend. I just tuned I honestly didn't even see a text from you, Dre. And then I got the bad news this morning about Kenny from Lime Tickets passing away. So it's been a crazy couple days and a rough morning. And last couple days, I just tried to spend as much time with the fam before packing and insane. I'm sorry, Dravius. I will respond after the show. I promise. Yeah. What are you going to do with $9.8 million? You're going to go out and call Dalton Risner? Why didn't you do it already? Why do the Dolphins seem to think that they're okay on offensive line when they're clearly not? Because you can't publicly name a starter. That's stupid to me. Stupid. Absolutely stupid. Dumb. Now, I say all that to give you some hopium. Teron Armstead was out last year. More than a handful of games. And we were able to overcome a couple of those games. We were. Okay? We were. I fully expect the Miami Dolphins to find a way to make this work without Armstead, without having a true left guard, without having a true center. I am going to have the faith in Butch Berry and Mike McDaniel because, listen to why, even though I just said everything, because they had a top 10 offense last year and they had a top 10 offense last year. There's no reason for me to think that's going to be worse. I just can't think that it is. They got to get better. They got to get, to me, they're going to be better than they were last year. Why am I going to think they're going to be worse? Because essentially it's the same O-line minus Brandon Shell, who, by the way, retired. But I that is your hopium, that they will overcome the inefficiencies of O-line because they were smart enough to get rid of Applebaum and go get Butch Berry because it wasn't working with Applebaum. And they've been telling me for the entire summer that everything's fine. So I'm going to believe Chris Greer and Mike McDaniel blindly as a Dolphins fan. Blindly. I'm going to believe in them. I am. Now, am I nervous still? Yes. But I'm going to believe in them. Okay? Because I'm a Dolphins fan, and that's what we do. We blindly believe stuff, even when we know, when we think in the back of our minds, what the hell are they doing? Why are you lying to me? They're not lying. They're telling me the truth. That's how I'm going to put it. That's what's going to happen. We're going to be fine. We're going to be okay. We're going to be fine. We're going to be okay. I believe that the Dolphins' offensive line will not succumb to the pressures of the defense that the Chargers have. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I won't believe it. Dolphins are going to be fine. Fine. Y'all heard that, right? Y'all believe me yet? Y'all believe that Connor Williams is not going to have a bad snap and that Isaiah Wynn's going to play perfectly at left guard and that Liam Eichenberg's going to play. Okay, I can't even say that with a straight face. So, yeah, whoever plays at left tackle hopefully does an amazing job. Amazing. I just pray that now I will say this. If Teron Armstead does play, I'm legit not worried about it. Those are facts. But if Teron Armstead does not play, and right now I don't see that he will, I'm nervous. And I can admit that. But I still don't know, based on everything that they told me, based on everything that they know, that they're going to be worse than they were last year. They can't be. They just can't be. There's no possible way. None. What rhymes with lamb? Ham. Sam. Fam. Did I get that right, Lo-Fi? Tehran was awful versus the Chargers last year. Let him rest, Rashad said. We beliefs. I don't know about all that. All right, last but certainly not least, I want to talk about, and then I'm going to open up the lines for you guys a little bit for you to come on and say a couple things. The haters, they're out there. All these people, ESPN, NFL Network. Hopium is not hitting the way it was earlier, Joe said. All right. Well, look, here's your bag of hopium, Joe. I got you, okay? Peter Schrager, who normally is a supporter of the Dolphins. Jason McCourty, all these people have not picked the Dolphins to make the playoffs. Everybody thinks the Jets are going to win the division, or the Jets are going to be the playoff card team. Whatever it is. I'm not worried about these haters. Okay? I'm not worried about it. The Dolphins are the underdogs. The Dolphins are the underdogs. And it's going to be fine. It's going to be okay. We're going to be fine. I'm telling y'all right now, let the haters hate. Let them not pick us. I don't want to be picked by them. I want to surprise the NFL. I want people that when they see our name on a schedule, they're like, oh, it's the Dolphins. And we show up as the Miami Dolphins. That's what I want. Let them hate. You want facts? Here are facts. The Miami Dolphins had a top 10 offense last year in the NFL. Facts. The Miami Dolphins had 2 players that combined for over 2,000, almost 3,000 yards last year. 2. Jalen and Tyreek. Facts. Okay? They combined for almost or a little over 3,000 yards last year. Tua is fully healthy. And when Tua was on last year, he was one of the best players in the NFL when he was on. Facts. Can't deny me that. Can't deny that. You can't even, Tua haters can't even argue with me on that. Go look. Here's the other facts. Josh Boyer isn't here no more. The games that we lost last year, at least 2 of them, were because some of this play calling that Boyer was calling late in the fourth quarter. And I said it last week, and I'll say it again. The Buffalo game in December and the Chargers game. If Boyer plays better protection in the fourth quarter, we win both those games. I understand if Tua plays better in the Chargers game, we win that game. I understand if Mike McDaniel calls some different plays in the beginning of that first quarter against the Chargers, we probably win that game. But let's be real about it. Boyer's not there no more. Vic Fangio is. And I'm going to tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, the sack numbers, they're going up this year. Believe that. Jalen Phillips, he about to eat like a dog. Just like my man Primetime said, there's leaders and there's dogs. Let me tell you who's a dog on the Miami Dolphins defense. Jalen Phillips, Javon Holland, Cam Smith, Xavier Howard, Cater Kahoo, Christian Wilkins, Zach Seiler, Emmanuel Agba, Bradley Chubb, they're all dogs. Dogs. That defense is going to eat this year. They going to eat. They going to eat good. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun as hell to watch this team this year. If everybody stays healthy, I promise y'all on everything, all these people are haters. Haters. Facts. Dolphins are going to win the division. Because as much as I say they can't lie to me about the O-line, they can't lie to themselves during the season. If it's as bad as we might think it is, they got to make a change. And they got the capital and the draft and the money to do it. They're going to be fine. They're going to be fine. Cam Smith is already a dog. I'm telling you, that guy, he's coming. He's coming. Cam Smith is a dog. Wilkins is a beast. Let them hate. Let these people on NFL Network and ESPN hate. They don't know nothing, no ways. Now, I got to be honest. I love Peter Schrager. Schrager, for the 95% of the time during the years I've done this, has always been pretty fair to the Miami Dolphins and their fans. I love Schrags, but he's wrong, and he's never been more wrong. And it's not like Schrags is perfect. He's not. He's gotten stuff wrong, and this is one of those things he's going to get wrong. The Chargers are favored on Sunday, if I'm correct. But I am not worried about that. I'm not. Just I was playing Over the Cap, and a thing came on, and I had this voice in my ear. I was on overthecap.com, and a promo came on off of their thing. Scared me. What? Okay. All right. I'm going to drop the link. I'm going to let a couple of y'all come on, say hello, give y'all thoughts. Y'all can talk about whatever you want to talk about. You can give your condolences to Kenny and Lime. You can talk Deion Sanders in primetime and how Colorado's going to win the Pac-12. You can talk about how Bubba Wallace is going to make it to the next round of the NASCAR playoffs. You can talk about how Tua is absolutely amazing. You can talk about how Skylar Thompson played his way out of the second backup position, second QP. Talk about whatever you want. Floor is yours. I'm going to stay on a little bit longer for you guys today. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me and being out. If you guys want to donate to the channel, no donations yet today. Donate to the channel. Help the channel grow. Can't grow without your help. I can't grow without y'all. So donate if you're able to. You can donate on Cash App or PayPal. The link is in the description below, or you can also use YouTube and Cash App as well. Yeah, you guys can do that. All right, the link is in the description there. Let me post it on the thing here. Pin message. There we go. All right. Let me.
Steven,
what up,
Steven,
man?
Steven. I don't even want to talk about football.
Hold on. What's going on?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, my thing is messing up. I don't know what's going on. What's going on?
I personally don't even want to talk football with you. I just want to talk about how I tried to do the peace treaty with you, and this is how you do me. This is how we do it.
What had happened? Real talk. What had happened was, it's this moving thing. I don't know if you've ever moved before. It sucks.
I have.
And buying a house sucks. And
I've never bought a house before. I'll give you that.
And the last 2 days, I literally put my phone in the bedroom and just hung out with the family and packed and either was at the pool just with the fam. And then this morning, I got the news about Kenny from Lime Tickets passing away. So it's been a rough, crazy, emotional roller coaster 48 hours. So I apologize.
You know what? I said I'm done beefing with you. I'm beefing with Batman now. I can only focus on one beef at a time. I resubscribe to your show. I don't dislike your streams anymore. I comment without hate. I come in peace these days, and this is how I'm done.
Look, man. I gave you what had happened, Dre. Okay. I miss you, man, and I'm glad you're back. And I'll make it up.
Crazy.
How do you want me to make it up to you, Dre? Huh?
I'm on the verge of becoming a member again. That's how good I was feeling. Jesus. I was this close. I was this close. Now I'm like this close. So yeah, yeah.
What is it? What do people need to do in order for you to become a member again? What do the people need to do, or what do I need to do?
It's something that just it'll happen if you don't give me a reason to beef with you again. You know what I'm saying? It'll happen soon. It's coming. It's coming. I told you, all my hate is directed at Batman now. I hate Batman now. I don't hate you anymore, Steven. I hate Batman.
What did Batman do? Just out of curiosity.
Batman is an antagonizer. That's all I'm gonna say. He's antagonizes. He is an antagonizer, and I will not accept it anymore. He constantly
you're not putting up
he
with
berates me. He berates me
berates
in my
you?
Twitter DMs
I've
every
never
single
berated
day.
you. I've never berated you.
He does. He does very horrible things to me. He knows how I feel about certain things, and he just throws it in my face. I'm done with Batman. Okay, Batman is he's a bum. I'm just here to say he's a bum.
Are you saying that Batman is an evil individual who deserves everything that's coming to him?
Bum. We don't talk about Batman, okay?
So we don't talk about Batman. You're a Superman fan. I got you.
Even the fictional character Batman is a terrible person. He's the villain. He is
Real
the villain.
Talk, I watched both Batman movies with my kids this weekend, 2 out of the 3, The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises. I promise y'all on everything, Heath Ledger's Joker and Tom Hardy's Bane are like some of the best villains. And I like the villain more than I like Christian Bale as Batman. Or Christian Bale as Batman.
Listen. The villain's more likable because the villain is right. Batman is the actual villain. He's the actual villain. He is a villain. Okay? And of course, Batman would name himself after that terrible character who just makes Gotham such a terrible place. So yeah, this is a football show, and I did not come here to talk football today. So I'm going to drop so you can actually talk to people. I just came up here to air my grievances with you. There's that.
All right, I'm texting you right now saying I love you. I love you, man.
Trash.
See you later, Dre. I love it. I needed to see Dre today. What's up, Greg? Get off mute, Greg.
Steven, can you hear me?
I can hear you, man. What's up, buddy? Can you hear me? I need to close everything down besides this. Can you hear me? Greg? I don't know what's going on with StreamYard today, but it's acting funky. I literally just closed out everything else. Greg, you there? Greg, go out and come back in. All right. I know why you're here. I know why you are here, sir. The floor is yours.
We already know. Where you at, Kaz? Come on now. We got what? 3-4 days left? It's Friday, what? 4 days ago? 4 days? What? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? We got 3 days left. Today's over. 3 days left, bro. Come on now. Where you at? I make a deal with you, bro. If you show up tomorrow, Wednesday? Yeah, show up tomorrow. I'll donate $100 to that charity. If you show up tomorrow, bro. So if you end up winning, I'll give you 100 and I'll put in 100 to the charity. Same what I'm doing with Lewis. But if you show up tomorrow only, so everybody, if you got Kaz's number, his Facebook, Twitter, you know what I mean, his IG, whatever, let him know. Come on now, it's for the kids, bro. Show up.
Noob says Kaz quit YouTube. Move on already.
Kaz ain't here no more. That's tragic.
But you got to keep calling him out till the season starts. He's got a week.
That's cool. I can do that too. I mean, we got what, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, we can do that. No problem.
All right. Anything else you want to talk about?
Not really. I got my. I talked to my manager at my job. So it's a chance that they might match the donation to the charity for Lewis and mine's bet.
Ooh, I like it.
Bet.
Let's go.
So we haven't had to actually talk to it, but I put a bug in her ear that it may happen in around January. So
okay,
you know what I mean?
Lewis won't get his job to do that too. Lewis won't do that. He won't do it at all.
Well, I mean, it's not really much. So I think it'll probably go through. It's not like we're putting in 50,000 or something like that. It's just $100. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
Monday Night Brewing, they're based in Atlanta. I'm pretty sure if you're in Atlanta, you know where they're at. They're also in Memphis, Tennessee, and I think there's one in Mississippi somewhere. There's also one in Charlotte, South Tryon.
Where is it in Mississippi?
I'm not sure off the top of my head. I look it up, but it'd take me a little bit.
Find out.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I got you.
Find out.
Yeah. But yeah, Monday Night Brewing.
Monday Night Brewing. Like it.
Yep. It's pretty good. It's pretty good beer. Anyway.
Be easy, my guy. Have a good day, okay?
All right, you too.
All right, man. Be good. All right, Miami Sports Music's #1 Miami midday show. You guys, I got a couple more minutes if you guys want to get on and say hello. Lewis, get up here. Noob, Daniel, who else is up in here? Cap, say hello. Come up and say hey. Come up and say hey. I like it. Buying a house is very, very stressful. I just got a text from my realtor. We were supposed to do a walkthrough today, an initial walkthrough before like the real walkthrough. I don't know why. I've always thought you only did one walkthrough, but whatever. But they're like, they don't have stuff finished. They said they'll be ready by Sunday for the real walkthrough. Okay. I don't know why we were doing it anyways, but okay. The official walkthrough. Anybody else want to get up here? Huh? You got to walk through? No, well, it's a virtual one because I'm not there. My realtor and my sister-in-law are going to be doing it. I bought a house back in April 6 hours away from where I used to live. Never did an official walkthrough, no cap. Steven, say Suedo Spike. They shy, Steven. Yeah, I know they are. Daniel, I see trying to get on, but it says device is not connected. So I don't know why I can't get Daniel on, but I can't. StreamYard messing up a little bit today. Who else trying to get on? Suedo Spike. Suedo. Saw a glimpse of some new plays in the preseason. Fake dive left, quick slant right was nice for all you haters. O-line Armstead. When Connor Hunt Jackson is better. They just need to play.
Steven, can you hear me now?
I can hear you, Greg.
I'm back at college and I forgot how bad the Wi-Fi is here. Every time I leave the building, once I log on, it suddenly disconnects.
I'm here. What's up?
Oh, so I heard you talking about Mr. Prime. I'm just like you, Steven. I'm a day oneer, bro. I've been there since Jackson State. I think it was ludicrous that the spread on this game was 20 and a half.
20 and a half points for that game, bro.
It felt like free money. If you bet on Colorado push 20, you won some free flipping money.
Hey, Greg, here's the funny part, right? Like there was a couple of guys. There was a guy on so like does what I do, live streaming or podcasting, and it's all over social media now. And the guy was like, this is probably the worst team in college football. They have all these transfers. Who was it?
Tom L. He was the sideline reporter in the Clemson Duke game. What a loser.
Oh,
he said it was the worst
he's like a legit.
UMass.
It was Tom L. from the Clemson game last night?
Yeah, the sideline reporter.
No way.
Yes, it was. As soon as I saw this geek reporting, I'm like, that's the guy that called him bad.
Bro, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was on his podcast on on YouTube talking about it's the worst team in college football. There's no way they're going to win more than one game and all this BS. And man, I loved every second of him.
It's also ludicrous that
Yeah.
their over-under win total was 3.5.
Oh yeah.
And listen, Steven,
What is it
I'm just
now?
like you.
What is it
I don't-
now?
I don't know. I haven't
Did it
checked.
change? I would hope that it changed.
I hope it did. But I'm like you, Steven. I think they could do it, but I don't see it this year. The Pac-12 is probably the best conference in college football. It's not the SEC, folks. The SEC is dog garbage, and so is the Big Ten.
Woo. Not gonna be sitting here talking about the SEC
Steven,
now.
the SEC lost 3 primetime games. The Pac-12's undefeated. They haven't lost a game. But anyway, I'm not gonna. You can come at me on that on Twitter. But the Pac-12 is the deepest conference. You got Utah and Cam Rising. You got Bo Nix at Oregon. You got Washington and Michael Penix. You got Oregon State and DJ Uiagalelei, which, by the way, was not the problem at Clemson. But I love Shador. I'm on the tank for the. Never mind.
Tank for Shador. Don't
Shador.
start that, Greg.
I'm
Please
kidding.
don't
I'm
start
kidding.
that.
We got the Samoan sniper, bro. We don't need Shador. I think
We
he'll
got
be
the
successful
Samoan
elsewhere.
sniper. Exactly.
I would
like
love
it.
Travis Hunter here. That's for damn sure. That
I love
kid's a baller, bro.
Hey man, Travis Hunter and Shador Sanders are legit, and I'm excited to
Dynamic
watch.
duo.
I think they
Anyway,
made college
oh my God,
football
so-
super exciting again. I'm
But
excited.
anyway,
about
we'll
it.
see what they do again at home
Nebraska.
against Nebraska. I just came up here to say the Dolphins, man, we're 6 days away. I can't wait. Should be a fun game. I think I'm worried about the game, yes, but because I haven't seen this new Dolphin team that everyone's hyping up, man. I'm very excited for this game. 4:25. It's going to be a Dolphin home game. The Chargers have no fans. Let's be real, unless celebrities show up, which they probably won't. But anyway, actually, celebrities will show because they want to see Tyreek and the Samoan sniper in action. I think the Dolphins will win because I'm a homer, but we'll see what happens. I'm worried about the O-line, that's for sure.
Hey Greg, are you officially saying tank for Shador yet?
Well, we have to wait and see. You have the
Okay,
Samoan
because
sniper.
Andravia says that you're saying that.
I'm trolling, but no, I'm not trolling. We got the Samoan sniper.
It's the
He's gonna
Samoan
win
sniper
this
all
too.
day, baby.
I have his jersey hanging up. I can't wait to wear that to work Sunday.
Noob says when Greg supports your position, it's all you need to know that it's a bad position.
I don't know what that means, but sure.
Hey Greg, if you get some Colorado hats, man, let me know. I want a Colorado hat. I need some gear. I need some Colorado gear.
I'm a Gators fan, but I'm rooting for Prime. Of course.
I want some Coach Prime Colorado gear.
Bro, I might have to get me a Travis Hunter jersey. I mean, did you see
Travis
those
Hunter,
uniforms?
my guy.
Those uniforms were fire on Saturday. Those
I ain't gonna lie, man. Them Colorados, they look good, man. They look good. That's a nice looking football team right there. All right, Greg, let me get you out of here, brother. I love you, man.
We'll talk more Dolphins. Get hyped for the week.
We will, baby. It's gonna happen. It's gonna be great.
My favorite time of the year. Favorite time of the year. Back to school. Football starting. Great.
Hey, man. I love you, brother. Be good, Greg.
Yeah, I'll see you.
All right. Man. All right, here we go. I love how StreamYard's working so great today. Hello, Lewis.
What's up, Steven?
How are you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Another day, another dollar, man.
I heard that.
What's
I
up,
hear
buddy?
you. Nothing, man. In the mean streets of Miami right now.
Are you in the mean streets of Miami, cuz?
I am. I am out here. We are outside.
I love
Working. Hey, man. So, I know you've been talking football and Colorado and all this other stuff. So, but you're good though, right? I just want to make sure. That's the only reason I'm really here. Like, everything good with you?
Everything is okay with me. I'm very stressed, you know. I'm stressed from a business standpoint. I'm stressed from a personal standpoint. I'm just stressed. Financial standpoint, just stressed about everything right now. And so a lot of stuff I have no control over. And so when I'm, you know, it's a helpless feeling when you don't really have control of 90% of the crap that you're stressing about. So yeah, that's all. It's a lot of stuff I have no control over, and I just got to have patience and wait and see what happens. And the stuff with the house, the stuff with the moving company, the stuff with the schools, the kids, and and I ain't even gotten to look, I'm just sad about Kenny passing away, and I haven't even gotten to the business standpoint of now I got to figure out how all this stuff is going to work. And is Shawnee okay? Is she good? And I still got to worry about the 3 tailgates and figure out how all that, to make sure that's going to be good, which I think it is. I was told that it was. And Tailgreeter called me this morning and they were like, we're going to, everything's going to be taken care of. We're fine. So like, I'm getting the support that I need from the places I need it. It's just stressful. Right. And so, and again, stuff I have no control over, which I hate. You're on mute.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I hear you. It's called life, Steven. That's what it sounds like.
Life, hashtag adulting sucks.
Yeah, being an adult sucks. That's what it sounds like. But again, you already know you got my number on speed dial anytime you need.
Well, I want you and Shake
or,
to do Monday's show.
Well, I gotta talk to Shake. I can't just say yes without talking to Shake. But again, I just wanted to come by because I heard the opening monologue and what the show was, how it started, and I just wanted to make sure the homies all right, man. Because I know, listen, we talk a lot of crap, we troll, we do this, but again, what you said about me, I feel the same way about you. There's a couple other guys that I've met that I feel the same way about, and when one of my homies is down, I figured let them know again to reassure everybody, to show everybody that I am a nice person. Stephen D, call me if you need me, homie. You know what I'm saying?
You are. You're a great guy. You're a hater, but you're a great guy. Shake Money says I'm down to do this Monday. So it's not this Monday, it's the following Monday. I need you guys, Shake. The following Monday. I need you all the 18th to do a show from 9:30 to noon. 9:30 to noon.
Always trying to put me to work. It's crazy.
Shake and Lewis do 9:30 to noon on that Monday, the 18th.
Hey, well, listen, I'm gonna start getting up out of here, Stephen. Another reason I came up now that I addressed you.
Shake said okay, by the way.
Okay, well then I'm in. Let's make it happen.
All right, well, you guys got a show that Monday, the 18th at least.
Hey, but real quick, I'm trying to start fires. If Andrevius is still here, I agree. That man is a straight up hoe. I agree.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Who?
I'm trying to start fires.
Are you with who? Batman or Andrevius?
Oh no, I ain't got a problem with nobody. I want them to fight. I'm always good. I'm always down for a good fight.
I was confused there for a second. I was like, what? You're always down to see a good,
Yeah, absolutely.
Showdown.
Listen, I'm good. I love starting fires and then walking out the back door.
I knew you just wanted to watch the world burn. I get it. I understand that. We know the real you, Lewis.
Hey, I love y'all. I'm gonna go to work. Steven, I love you, bro.
I love you too, man.
Hit me up, man.
Be good, man. All right.
Later.
Love you. Bye. All right. There's Lewis. Let me bring in Mr. Feet Man himself, Rashad. What's up, Rashad?
I'm surviving. How you feeling, Steven?
I'm good, man. Good to hear from you.
Yeah, you ready for week 1? Sounds like a little nervousness behind your tone lately.
Yeah, I mean, look. Here's the funny part, because everything that's going on in my life, I can't even be officially 100% nervous about the Dolphins, which I am, mind you. I am most definitely nervous, but I haven't even gotten a chance to
go back.
Yeah, at all. And it's funny because here's the thing about stress too. I got
chat me in. What's going on? What's today? What's the focus? What's what?
Rashad, who's talking to you?
Nothing. Everything ended. It's a new sale. I don't even know what's going on. Sorry, Steven.
Wow.
Crystal got to check you in.
Who was just talking to you?
My employee.
Oh, did they listen to the show sometimes?
No, they're new, so they haven't heard my wrath yet.
Okay. Did they know that you have an infatuation for feet?
Yes, they know.
Oh, they do. Okay.
Anybody come in here with sandals on, I tell them there's socks right
Just
here
go.
for sale.
Just turn around. Don't even bother coming in.
There you go. Put these socks on, or you can go home. No, I'm kidding.
Not out here making people wear socks and flip flops.
I'm gonna need you to
Only
get
in
focused,
Dave.
though, Steven. Get focused, man. It's week one.
It's week one.
I don't like the tone in my fan base's voice right now.
Look, man, it's week one. We the Dolphins. All we gonna do is win, no matter what.
I just hear all the negativity.
Another one.
I'm tired of the negativity.
There ain't no
What are
negativity
the
here.
positives? No. We're talking about
I
our backup and our
want people to
emergency
think. I want people to
quarterbacks.
know that I'm real. Like I can be legit about the nervousness that I feel, but I think we're gonna win. I do think we're gonna win.
I think we better win. If we don't, I'm going to jail. I've already let it be known. Oh yeah,
we can't be having you go to jail, Rashad.
I'm going to jail. I'm
You're
throwing
going
somebody
to the game, right?
off the top row. Yes, I will be in the nosebleeds, and I'm throwing somebody off the last row of the stadium.
Hey man, look, this is.
We better win.
Anything you say or do can and will be held against you in the court of law.
That's all right.
You have the right to an attorney. If you don't have one, they will appoint you a horrible one, and you don't want that.
I confess. I will
You
be
don't want
there.
no public defender, Rashad. It doesn't
I
work
will
out
be
well.
there in my Ray Finkel jersey.
Finkel and Einhorn. Einhorn and Finkel. Finkel and Einhorn. Einhorn's a man.
But yeah, I'm all the emotions right now. I've been angry for the last 24 hours. I've been angry, I've been eager, I've been nervous, I've been excited,
It's the beginning of football season. We all have a mixed bag of emotions, Rashad. And what you need is a little bit of Dolphins football. That's your that's my prescription for you. Just get yourself about 4 hours of Dolphins football this coming up Sunday, and that'll be the prescription that you need to feel a little bit better.
That's true. I sure hope so. I'm mostly angry.
I am Dr. Steven.
And I don't know why.
I'm not a real doctor, but I'm Dr. Steven right now, and I'm prescribing you 4 hours of Miami Dolphins football. That's what you need.
Oh, it'd be more than 4 hours. I plan on going to the tailgate there and everything in between. I'm bringing it all in week one. If there's a show, if anybody's live or whatever, you will see
so
me.
dude, LA Takeover. Go look up LA Takeover. Look up 305 Sports Babe on Twitter.
I think that's the one I'm going to.
Yeah,
the tailgate with Gorilla Luke and all of them.
And then go to TPP Fan Fest with my man Danny from I'm having a brain fart. It's TPP Fan Fest, the Positive Porpoise. So check them out, and they're gonna have a good thing too. So it's gonna be good. Noob says he's flying in Saturday afternoon for the game.
I think he told me that. Noob. I will be there around 11 o'clock, probably earlier, because I know I ain't gonna be able to sleep.
11 o'clock on the dot. I'm in my
that traffic is stupid. So I will be somewhere. I think they said the pink lot. I will be in the pink lot. I might be flat facing to the pavement. You know what I'm saying? Drunk, but I sober up pretty quick. You know what I'm saying? So,
hey Rashad, what time was Usher in his drop top?
7 o'clock, if I'm correct, right?
It was 11 o'clock.
Oh, it's 1:25 Pacific Coast time, Sunday, September 10th. That was the time he was in his drop top.
That was okay. All right. All
Somebody
right.
better be dropping some footballs into the end zone. Well, not dropping footballs, but you get what I'm saying.
No dropping. Be careful your choice of words there, man.
Right. Let me knock on wood real quick.
All right, hey, I'm out. I got to go to the next person. I love you, brother. Be good.
Yep.
Hey, Noob says he's going to hit you up on Twitter.
All right.
All right. Be good. All right. Todd. Good morning, Todd. What's up, buddy? How are you?
Just want to say I always look forward to your show, man. Every morning.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
You know, you do a lot for the community. I know I have my issues in the past, and you were always there for me as a friend. I appreciate everything.
I appreciate you saying that, man. I really do, man. It's good to know, man.
So I can't wait for this weekend. This is the worst week of football because it's that calm before the storm when there's nothing to do, but it drives you nuts.
Dude, it's going to be a lot of fun, and this season's going to be a good weekend. And I think that the Chargers-Dolphins game is going to be good. We just want to win, and I think Dolphin fans again we're just nervous because the anxiety, the unknown of the O-line, the unknown of Tua's health, the unknown of what the defense is going to look like with Fangio, and I think that all of those unknowns or the skepticism about those things makes us very skeptical about. Do we think that we and now everybody's saying that we're not going to even make the playoffs? I mean, come on. This team's is too good to not make the playoffs.
I agree. And to everybody who's looking at that Jacksonville game, I went to the game. All right. Jacksonville was throwing a lot out there because they were trying to give their fans a show. We were out there playing basic. Fangio has a defense that he has not even unleashed yet. We don't even know what it looks like. He was bragging about it to other people. We have no idea what it's going to look like and how it's going to act, but I've got to trust in him that he obviously sees something in this defense with the players he has. He knows he can do this.
No. I hope you're right, man. From your mouth to God's ears, I hope you're right.
He has the track record. I don't see why he's just going to all of a sudden fail now.
I don't know either. All right, Todd, let me let you go, man. I got to get out of here. I love you, man.
Hey,
Thank you, man.
You take care of yourself, all right?
Thank you. I will, man. I appreciate that.
All right. Love you, bro.
Please. Love you too, man. All right, Miami Sports Music, #1 Miami fan morning show, Clock Blockers, right here on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. Got a great show lined up today. Should be a lot of fun. Or a great show. Dude, my brain is fried. We had a great show today. It was a lot of fun. Tomorrow is Wildin' Out Wednesday. Definitely need y'all tomorrow. And again, just R.I.P. Kenny, man. And I love you, brother. I miss you. And yeah, man. We will meet again, my friend. I know you're in a better place now. And Shawnee, if you're listening, I miss you. Call me whenever you're ready. And we're with you here at Miami Sports Music. So I love you all. Y'all are the best. I will see you all tomorrow. Hit me up at Stephen D. SKPL. Spread kindness, positivity, and love. And we'll see y'all tomorrow right here on Clock Blockers, the #1 Miami fan morning show. Peace.
Dwayne Johnson, time to be the people's champ. Hit 'em with the people's elbows, sit together like it's Velcro. You think you could stop us? Hell no.